It's time for the Patriots to mount up, mount up. It's time for the Patriots to mount up, mount up. Patriots, mount up. Let's monitor the politics, give them all the realness. Everything transparent so the people feel this. Government officials, we gon' challenge all your bullish. Lying to the people in the world, let's expose this.
Patriots, mount up! Hello, Salty Dogs. Welcome to the Salty Sailor Nation Live. I'm your honored but humble host, the Salty Sailor, talking to you live from my bunker in sunny AZ. It is February 18th, 2021, 7 o'clock on the dot of a new patriotic republic. Well, as always, I want to say please like and share my video. Get it posted out there into the ether so we can get more followers. Again, they will not take out the small guy, or they will not take out a big guy. They will take out a small guy. I found out with my old podcast. So, again, please feel free to like and share. Please support me. Subscribe on YouTube if you see it on there. Or on Facebook, please send it to friends and family. I greatly appreciate it. A lot of news today to get through. We are now in episode 16. Basically, let's start off with our Leiden Biden first order with the whoever's in charge of the Defense Department, whatever his name is. Paris Island, which is basically the home of the Marines. It's the Marine boot camp. It's where the Marines get trained. They are now going to implement anti-extremism training following order from the Pentagon. Okay, the Marine Corps Recruit Depot on Paris Island has added an anti-extreme training to its 13-week-long boot camp. A spokesperson said in response to a stand-down order from the Secretary of Defense to address extremism in the armed forces after January 6th Capitol riots, which the Democrats created. Just saying. The training, which will include classroom lessons and discussions, is a permanent change for the base, which trains all enlisted Marines east of the Mississippi River. It is a response to Pentagon's orders that all commanding officers and supervisors take one day to discuss the importance of our oath of office, a description of impressible behaviors and procedures for reporting suspected or actual extremist behaviors. Military leaders have until early April to complete the task. Paris Island is not doing just one day of discussions. The base is incorporating training into its regular curriculum. So, this goes back to a podcast topic way back a while ago before it got taken off the airways for God knows what reason. The wussification of America. So, not only now are boot camps having a little card that a recruit can hold up if he feels too reamed on and too coddled. He can raise a card and the drill instructor has to stop training him due to this, because that will happen in war, but now they're going to train future recruits that what you believe in or anything that you say that goes against the Democrats' ideology, that you should get trained for it, because that's what's going to happen in battle, is that you're going to have to worry about who's got your back. The reason and the bonding that happens in boot camp, and you grow through boot camp as you get to wherever you end up, is the bonding. You trust everybody, your brother next to you, your brother behind you, and your brother in front of you. It doesn't matter what race, color, or creed they are. They have your six and you have theirs, because you are brothers in arms. There is no racism. There is nothing in the military other than it's been introduced by the Democrats. Moving on. Biden pushing Congress to pass bill giving millions of illegal immigrants path to citizenship. So basically what this is doing, I'm just going to summarize it because I think it's stupid, and then I'll read after it basically. But it's basically the people that have been here since January 1st of 2021. Congress introduced sweeping immigration bill on Thursday, modeled from President Joe Biden's plan and designed to give millions of illegal immigrants already in the U.S. an 8-year path to citizenship, in addition to providing those who legally entered the country as children a quicker route to citizenship. In the respective congressional chambers, Democrat Senator Bob Mendez and Rep. Linda Sanchez introduced a bill identical to Biden's U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, unveiled by the White House on January 20th, NBC News reported. The bill cuts the time to secure citizenship from 13 years to just 8. To be eligible, illegal immigrants would be required to have entered the country prior to January 1st of 2021. Okay. Here's the thing. Well, in a couple of avenues, let's go from here. One is the only reason, and let's just be real. The only reason the Democrats are doing this. This isn't because they're being nice and they want to make sure everyone gets a fair chance. No. What they're doing is they're getting votes because in this bill that's hidden within the lettering is the fact of that they also are allowing these illegal immigrants to vote, get a driver's license. I wonder why. Because they want to count votes, because they want to bribe them off so that way the next time an election rolls around they have voters. Until they get smart and they realize that these guys are freaking idiots and they're going to get lost on them again. So there you go. The problem with this 8-year plan is that means a Democrat has to be in office after 4 years. Wonder if an executive order, an EO, can come out and reverse all this. Just saying. Just saying, guys. Moving on. Boom! Poland will fine big tech $13.5 million per case for removing ideological content. Poland spent 45 years under communism. It has taught us the value of free speech. Thank you, Poland. At least you're smarter than the United States. I myself have been privy to, let's just say, suppression and oppression because they took my podcast off and my right for free speech. Interesting. So Poland, showing some cojones. Do we have anyone in power in the United States that has cojones? That's why you're seeing Poland and other countries doing it. Australia is also doing something similar. Pretty soon you're going to start seeing other countries turn against Facebook and Twitter and all those other platforms because of this. Good job, Poland. Good job. Maybe the USA can take some lessons from you. Moving on. This should have happened a long time ago, but let me just go into detail here. Governor Cuomo, which looks like a dude that got, punched in the face or needs to. New York Assembly Republicans starting the impeachment process against Governor Cuomo. To be honest, it's about time, considering all the deaths he's caused, but that's besides the point. New York Assembly Republicans on Thursday began the impeachment process against Governor Cuomo. The Republican lawmakers announced a resolution to create an impeachment commission, the first step in the process of impeaching and ousting Cuomo. The announcement comes one day after New York Senate Democrats moved on Wednesday to strip Governor Andrew Cuomo of his emergency pandemic powers, Newsweek reported. Okay, again, it's gotten so bad for this dude, even the Democrats are moving against him, which they tend to do. They're like cannibalists. As soon as there's blood in the water and they know it's going to affect them or hurt them, what do? They start attacking their own. On Thursday, Assembly Republicans announced a resolution to create an impeachment commission consisting of 8 bipartisan members of the legislature. The panel would have 60 days to conduct its work and submit its findings and recommendations to the state legislature. The Cuomo administration's nursing home cover-up is one of the most alarming scandals we've seen in state government. Assembly Minority Leader, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's just saying what I just read it. But the FBI, wow, they're actually investigating something other than Trump. Insane. Didn't think we had an FBI that did that. And the U.S. Attorney in Brooklyn are reportedly investigating Governor Cuomo's handling of nursing homes amid the COVID pandemic. And there's been, here it is. Sorry, here's the numbers. Thousands of nursing home residents in New York died because of Andrew Cuomo's edict ordering COVID patients back into nursing homes. Last Thursday, audio was leaked of New York Governor Cuomo's top aide apologizing to Democratic lawmakers for potentially withholding the state's COVID nursing home death toll from them. The funny thing is, he did come. There was I saw it. I can't think of his name. He's a Asian American. He came on and basically he he basically outed Cuomo. He's one of the other ones. There's many others that have, but he outed Cuomo, and basically Cuomo called him. I guess in this news article, I gotta find it somewhere when they interviewed him. Basically, called him in all night with his kids, basically berating him and telling him he is going to overturn his vote because obviously Cuomo was trying to suppress all this information. Well, guess what? This is the one rare instance where the Democrat actually turned to the truth and did something about it. So now all this has gotten out. There's more people coming forward on this, and pretty soon you're going to see Cuomo go bye bye, just like Newsom in California. Good riddance. In fact, he should be in prison. Hopefully that happens out of this, you frickin' loser. During a press conference on Monday, Cuomo blamed conspiracy theories and misinformation and said the nursing home scandal is a political spin while he threw the healthcare workers under the bus. Wonder what's going to happen to him. Moving on. Oh, this is rich, guys. This is funny. So, I'm going to let you marinate on the opening statement and then I'll discuss it. A convicted murderer turned activist in Baltimore wants the city to pay criminals not to kill. Let me regurgitate this for the people in the back. Convicted murderer turned activist in Baltimore wants the city to pay criminals not to kill. You would think, just a thought. We wouldn't have to pay criminals to kill, okay? If you didn't defund the police! Number one. Number two. That's why we have the Second Amendment, idiots! Okay, let me calm down. So, you have those two things staying in the way of this, right? But yet, the Democrats are trying to take away both. Coincidence, maybe? I don't know. But why do you and I, our taxpayers, have to pay criminals to not be a criminal? Is this the stupidest era in the entire lifetime of anybody? Like, these are the idiots you are voting in office, people. And it starts at the top with lying Biden. Good Lord, people. Wake up. Frick. Moving on. Whew. Joe Biden skips Michigan trip, calls an early lid at the White House, which I'm assuming means he's going to bed early, his nap time. Kamala Harris takes over all in-person events. We discussed this earlier. The dimension is starting to sink in, right? 78-year-old Joe Biden skipped his planned trip to Michigan and called an early lid at 8 a.m. on Thursday. Biden was supposed to travel to Portage, Michigan on Thursday to tour a Pfizer COVID manufacturing facility. Would have been a great photo op for the new inbound president, duh. But he used bad weather as an excuse to postpone the trip. Then he called a lid on all in-person events at the White House. I'm assuming that's closure. The trip to Michigan was canceled late Wednesday evening, however. It wasn't even snowing. Kamala Harris will be carrying on with an all in-person events today as Joe Biden naps or plays Mario Kart. After receiving an intel briefing this morning, Joe Biden has no other events on his schedule. Let me read that again. After receiving an intel briefing this morning, Joe Biden has no other events on his schedule. He's the president, right? So, presidents have a lot of things going on, right? There's a pandemic happening. There's troops in Syria right now that definitely need their commander-in-chief, or chief for that matter. That's actually a good one. Instead, he wants to nap and play Mario Kart. Does this sound like someone that's all in their right mind? Probably not. Kamala Harris is playing a key role just a few weeks into a new administration because Dementia Joe is not mentally fit to hold office. Hence, the 25th Amendment. Joe Biden spent last weekend napping and playing Mario Kart at Camp David as thousands of Americans died of COVID-19. Here is the funny thing, okay? You know damn well if Trump would have been in office, the news media would have been all over this, blasting it over every channel for 24 straight freaking hours, calling Trump the worst president in entire history, that Joe Biden would be the best president ever, and no one died under his watch, and blah, 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 blah. But yet, it's happening. Where's the news media? News media, where are you? Paging news media, aisle 2. The White House said that Joe Biden had nothing on his schedule for the entire weekend. Biden motorcade from Camp David to D.C. Monday evening as Kamala Harris did his job for him and met head of state calls. Kamala Harris spoke to French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday and discussed various topics such as COVID, Middle East challenges, and climate change. I talked about that in my last show. The media refuses to acknowledge Joe Biden's obvious dementia as Kamala Harris, let me read this again. Well, let me just start with this. As Kamala Harris, the most radical, unpopular, and unwanted VP in history, takes over. Ding, 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 ding. This is happening, people. Open your freaking eyes. Moving on. Jewish Americans call out Democrats' appointment of anti-Semitic Rep. Ilhan Omar to the Vice Chair of House Foreign Affairs Committee. Okay. This chick, okay, and I use this loosely, is a racist. And they're putting her on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She shouldn't even be in office, for people. She shouldn't even be in office. But yet here she is. Moving on. Dementia Joe lies to CNN that the U.S. did not have COVID vaccine before he entered office. Forgets about the 2 shots he had in December and January. I don't know if y'all remember that, but there was video of him actually taking a shot. But here's the funny thing. It could be one of 2 ways played differently, right? It could have been for show, number one, right? Right, because politicians tend to do that. They don't want to take a vaccine that they're implementing to everybody else, interestingly enough. If you want to go conspiracy theory, or if you don't, and want to just take it for the face value of it, he got a shot twice in December and January. So again, he lies again, and people don't say a word about it. There's no news in regards to it. We just move on, and we keep trucking on. And Biden keeps lying. Moving on. U.S. says it's ready to join talks to resume Iran nuclear deal. The Biden administration said Thursday it's ready to join talks with Iran and world powers to discuss a return to 2015 nuclear deal. It also reversed the Trump administration's determination that all UN sanctions against Iran has been restored and eased the stringent restrictions. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a reason why that was implemented. So, let's just say that we go through this process. You know what happens? 2 things. One is Iran gets a nuclear weapon. Okay, is that smart? Probably not. I mean, common sense would say that, but apparently this Lion Biden puppeteer in office doesn't seem to see that. But okay, let's just say, an argument's sake, okay, whatever. Then on top of it, the Middle East Peace Treaty that President Trump was nominated for 5 Nobel Peace Prizes blows up because of this, because no one over there in terms of the Middle East wants Iran to have a nuclear weapon. For some reason, our dementia president doesn't seem to dawn on him this is the case. Or maybe it does, and maybe he's just making money on the back end from Iran and China because of it. Guys, wake up. This is what's happening in the world. Literally, we're 2 months into a freaking presidency, and this is already happening. You have dementia Biden already bowing out of certain phone calls, of taking little naps, of not having a full schedule, and Kamala, whatever the hell her name is taking over, and we're letting it happen. Guys, no one liked her. In the primaries, basically she was canceled out, not even starting before the presidential run. She was so bad. No one likes her. I'm telling you, it's coming. Pelosi is going to enact the freaking 25th Amendment. Here's the funny thing with Pelosi, guys, and this is pure my opinion only. You take it for what it's worth, okay? Pelosi's number 3 in power, correct? Okay, she's, as a Speaker of the House, she's number 3 in power. So let's just say, for argument purposes, they I want to say impeach, but I don't even think that's the right word. They enact the 25th Amendment to knock Biden out because of his obvious dementia. Okay, Kamala reigns in. Okay, she comes into power. She's getting impeached because of all the shady crap she did with basically bailing out BLM members who went ahead and killed people after she bailed them out. So she's being liably sued, but also could be enacted as an insurrectionist there and can be impeached there. Okay? Guess who would become the next president if both people got out of office? That's right, Psycho herself, Nancy Psycho Pelosi. Watch for it, people. It's only 2 months into this. This could have been all set up. Who knows? I'm just reading the tea leaves, but that would make sense, right? Just a thought. Final thoughts. I don't know about you, but I have never seen something so drastic as we're witnessing today. We basically are having puppeteers play the strings of an enacting president, or I should say, an enacting president, because he's taking naps all day. Okay? So, what you have going on, and I don't know if anyone has ever read a book or seen the movie, it doesn't really matter. The point is, it's called The Manchurian Candidate. We are actually living, believe it or not, in a story that was predicted a long time ago. And also, you can go back as Orson Welles' 1984. Okay? Or not, not Orson Welles, but you get my point. The book, 1984. Anyway, the point is, a Manchurian Candidate is actually in office as we speak. The guy can't act. He can't think for himself. They are handling him as we foresee it. You can see it daily, okay? He's not acting like a president. He's not making any speeches in public. That town hall he tried to do all by himself, he already got in hot water over 5 gaffes he did. He called people racist for logging online, specifically Mexicans and African Americans. He called them stupid, basically, I guess, just to sum it up, that we can't figure out how to get online for educational purposes. He did that. He also threw a bunch of healthcare workers on the bus during this thing. They can't trust him to speak in public. Do you know, and I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there to the ether, but do you know that by the time this month rolls around, actually it'll be telling. Really, I think it's the first week of March, but any inbound new president has what they call, I don't know, a State of the Union address, letting them know about their plan. I find it very hard to believe that they're going to put this guy out in public in a live situation. I can't even imagine what the State of the Union is going to be. It's going to be like, is Nancy Pelosi going to, I don't know, rip up that speech? Or better yet, are they going to use the State of the Union address and let him screw up and kick out Biden with the 25th Amendment? The plot thickens. We'll see. Just a thought. Again, in closing of the show, please like and share my live video here or on YouTube. Please subscribe. Any likes or shares or watch parties you get together, I would appreciate it very immensely. That helps grow my show more. It's been a while, so again, help me out. I would definitely appreciate it. I'm here just to spread the news. My own opinions, obviously, based on what news articles I find. So this is just basically pure opinionated. But again, it helps me. So moving on. Any messages or intel you want to send me via my email address, it's the Salty Sailor at thesaltysailornation.com. Look forward to seeing any emails or commentary. Much appreciated. Conclusion. This show is dedicated to all the first responders and essential employees. Y'all deserve a shout out. You know who you are. To all my brothers and sisters in the armed forces, both here and abroad, both past and present, please stay frosty. Thank you, Salty Dogs, for listening. Feel free to leave messages, and I'll play them in future live shows. Keep the faith, Salty Dogs, and hold the line. The Salty Sailor. Peace out.
It's time for the patriots to mount up, mount up. It's time for the patriots to mount up, mount up. Patriots, mount up. Let's monitor the politics, give them all the realness. Everything transparent so the people feel this. Government officials, we gon' challenge all your bullish. Lying to the people.